thing what we have to do is we have to move back into the sign up activity. So I'm going to close other stuff and move back to the sign up activity. Here we need to actually initiate some stuff. For that, let me just move back over here to this site where I have already provided the link for this site in the description of this video. Just go over there. So in the last video we have added this one, and in this one here you can see this: in your sign up activity on create method, get the shared instance of Firebase authentication, Firebase auth. We have to use this Firebase auth in order to perform the sign up operation. So I'm going to copy this line and move back over here, and I'm going to paste it over here. So before we start this, actually we have to use, or we have to fetch all the designs in the sign up activity. For that we have to use view binding. We have added that in the build.gradle in the last video. Here you can see this build feature. If you haven't added yet, then add this. By adding this, we can simply use view binding by like this one. If I type sign up activity, not like this, activity sign up in binding, sign up binding. Okay, we are going to use this one. So I'm going to just name this one binding, and we have to make few changes over here. Okay, so I'm going to just remove this line, and here I'm going to write binding is equal to activity sign up binding. Inside this one we have to write inflate. Inside this one we have to pass get layout inflator, just semicolon, and set content view. And inside this one we have to write binding dot get root. Now we can access, with this help of this binding variable, we can access all the values, all the text fields available inside this one sign up. Like we can access this, that is the error text. The name for this one is txt username, this one is for txt email address, and we can access this with the help of this binding. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to perform these operations. So now we have actually copied this Firebase auth from here, and I'm going to initiate this Firebase auth in on create. So move back over here and make some space over here, and I'm going to initiate it like this one. After this we need other variables, that is for Firebase authentication and for Firebase database. Okay, so we are going to use the Firebase database as well. So I'm going to create one instance for that. So Firebase database, and I'm going to name this one database. After this, here you can see this, whenever I have clicked on sign up button, there is a process dialog box, right? So I'm going to like abc, like, okay, yeah, abc@gmail.com, and the password 123456, and I'm going to try this again. If I click on sign up, here you can see that this is a process dialog. So I'm going to show you how to add this. For that, I'm also going to create one object for that. So for that we have to create process dialog. I'm going to name this one process dialog like this, and I'm going to also initiate this Firebase database and as well as this process dialog. So first I'm going to initiate the database. So database is equal to Firebase database dot get instance. Now we have the instance of database. After this I'm going to set the process dialog. I'm going to set some name and some text which will be visible to the user. So process dialog, first I will create a new process dialog. So new process dialog, and inside this one we have to pass the activity. So sign up activity dot this. After this we have to set the title. So process dialog dot set title. Inside this one I'm going to set the title, that is creating account, like this one. And after this I'm going to set message. Inside this one, okay, this is cancel, set message. Inside this one, okay, set message. Inside this one we are creating your account, like this one. Now this message will be visible whenever we show this process dialog. Okay, so now the task till here is done. Next thing, we have to create a button click event for the sign up. So with the help of binding, I have told you that we can access the button. So binding dot btn sign up dot set on click listener. Inside this one, we have to write new view, and you have to select this first one, that is view dot on click listener. Double click on this and this will generate a click event like this one. Inside this one, first thing what I want is I want to check the apps, check the text fields. Okay, so let me close this, and we are working on this BD chat, and here you can see this. Here you can see the text is empty. So what I want is when I click on this, I want to show the user that these fields are empty. Like simply I'm going to show a toast that enter credentials, or you can type anything. Okay, so first I'm going to check that, and here first thing is we have to put a if else condition, and if, and we have to pass like this, not binding. With the help of binding, I have told you that we can access all the text fields and button. Here you can see this, with the help of binding I have accessed the BDN sign up. So with the help of binding, I'm going to access the BDN txt username dot get text dot to string is empty. If this one is empty, then I want to, if this is not empty, then we are going to enter into the if condition. If I remove this mark, then we are going to enter in the if condition if this text field is already text is empty. In the else condition, I want to show the toast message. So I'm going to show the toast message inside this one. That is, I'm going to create a new toast, and in this one I have to write enter credentials like this one. Let's restart our application. So I've started the application and move back over here, and here you can see this. When I click on this, now enter credential is visible. So we have checked only for this username. So that's why if I enter something inside this one, if I try to click on this, nothing is visible because I have checked for this field only for now. So I'm going to check for other fields as well. So for that, I have to move inside this one, and over here I have to put double and again I'm going to check this one like this one, and binding dot txt email dot get text dot to string, and again we have to check for another, that is not binding dot txt, that is password dot get text and to string dot is empty. Okay, so we have to put dot empty over here also is empty. So now we have checked for each of the fields. I'm going to start the application and move back over here. And this time when I click on this enter credential, if I insert the data into this one, and again still it's visible, into this one it's still visible, and again inside this one, now this one is gone. Now we are entered inside this if condition, and inside the if condition we haven't coded for anything. Okay, so I'm going to stop this. Okay, so inside this on click, and now we have checked. Now here we have checked for all the text fields. Okay, so now we are going to perform the operation for sign up. For that, let me just decrease the size for this one a little bit. And here first thing what we have to do is we have to, in the if condition, we have to write mauth dot create user with email and password, and here we have to pass the username, the email and the password. Before this we have to start this one, that is the progress dialog dot show. Whenever we click on the sign up button, first I want to show this progress dialog, and after this I want to sign up into the account. Okay, inside this one with the help of binding we can fetch the username or any text field. So binding dot txt email dot get text dot to string, and we also need to extract the another value, that is password. So binding dot txt password dot get text dot to string. Now we have this. After this what we have to do is we have to just click on dot add on complete listener, and inside this one we have to pass new on complete listener. We have to select the first one, and here you can see this. If you found this one in your code, then just remove this. after inside this one, we have to check for one more stuff, that is on complete, and inside this one we have to check for if task is successful. If this task is successful, then perform the operation whatever you want to. In the else condition, we want to show the error. So let me close this. Okay, so with the help of this username, the email ID and the password, we can create an account. And in the success, I want to show a toast message, and in the else we want to show the error message. So I'm going to create a toast over here, so toast, and inside this one I'm going to print the error or exception which is generated. With the help of task, this one, with the help of this one, we are going to create the, we are actually going to get the exception. So get exception and convert this one to string, and now if any exception occurs, then this will show with the help of this one. In the else, in this one I'm going to create a new toast, and for now I'm going to show this sign up successful like this, and I'm going to start this project, start the app, and okay, so it's showing some sort of error. Okay, here we missed some stuff or it got deleted, so toString is empty like this one. Okay, so now I'm going to start this, and here we go, move back into this one, the BD chat, and here you can see this. For now we have only 2 accounts. Inside this one I'm going to create a new account, so abcde @ or bcd@gmail.com, and I'm going to create one password 123456, and here you can see this. In the authentication we have 2 records, and in the storage and in the real time. Okay, so this is BD chat WhatsApp, but our application which we have created for this one is BD chat video. If I move back over here and click on authentication, now you can see this, we don't have any record. So I'm going to click on sign up, and when I click on sign up, we are creating, here you can see this, the process dialog is visible, but this one is not being hidden. But in the back end, our account is already created. Here you can see this, but it's still visible. So on success, we have to just hide this or close this one. We have to dismiss this progress bar. So move back, let me just move back into our project, and let's stop this one, and we have to dismiss this progress bar on complete. So out of this if condition, I'm going to dismiss this progress bar dialog dot dismiss. Now restart the application and move back over here, and I'm going to create one more account. So I will start with the application, and here you can see this, I'm going to create with the abc@gmail.com, and in the password I'm going to create 123456 and click on sign up, creating account, and sign up successful. We are in the if condition, and if in if condition we have only shown one toast message. And if I go to the real-time database, here you can see this, inside this one we don't have any data. But in the previous case, I have shown you that whenever a new user is sign up, we have to fetch that value and set the UID as key and store the data in this our real-time database. Okay, so now our sign up is being done, so it means that this one is working fine. So move back over here, and inside the if condition, here we have to fetch that data, that UID, and we have to save that in our database. Okay, so before we do anything, we have to create a model class for our users. So for that, I'm going to create a new package. Right click on this, and I'm going to create a package